Hey, I'm a tired kid. What's your name again, buddy?
Matt Gige.
What's the name of your little operation here?
Fishing Kyuquot.
Where is this little operation?
Northwestern Vancouver Island.
You don't want to miss this show. We've been out about 2 hours, and we've been catching a lot of fish like this and a lot of halibut. Stick with us, because we're going fishing.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Daryl Cronzy is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Closed captioning is brought to you by Garmin, the new wave in chart plotters and sonar solutions. There's something that just keeps attracting Daryl Cronzy back to the western shores of Vancouver Island and the little village of Kyuquot, British Columbia, year after year. It could be the wilderness atmosphere and rugged beauty of Kyuquot. No doubt about it, the ride from Campbell River to this little fishing village is downright spectacular. Towering snow-capped mountain peaks and tumbling cold rivers everywhere. Then again, let's be honest, that something just really happens to be, in Cronzy's opinion, the finest saltwater fishing for big, overgrown spring and coho salmon. Oh, the Charlottes are famed for their fish, and the upper coast of BC's mainland offers up some pretty good fishing. But in our host's book, it's just impossible to knock Kyuquot off the top rung as the place to head for the best fishing in the province. Today, Cronzy is once again teaming up with tourist operator and guide Matt Gige. Matt is one of the partners of Sport Fishing Kyuquot, and he's put out a call to Cronzy that the fish are in and they're hungry. So stay with us for an exciting morning as the boys troll the salmon-rich waters of West Vancouver Island for springs, coho, and just maybe a few deep-water halibut.
Matt.
We got a double header, Daryl.
You got one too?
Yeah, I got one on the way up.
Now, you get a lot of halibut out here when you're fishing for springs?
You get yeah. The halibut are eating the same stuff. Let's see, where are we here? Same things the salmon are, and they'll come up to feed off the bottom. I got a small salmon when I was clearing that line.
You know, most people figure you got a bottom jig for halibut, not around here, eh?
No, well, trolling for halibut can be really effective. And it's nice because you pick up the salmon and halibut at the same time. But when you stop and bottom fish for them, that's when you get the bigger ones.
So you're saying this is just tide this morning out here, eh? It's
Yeah.
nothing to do with wind, because it's not windy.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of a rip. We got the ocean swell coming in, hitting the tide. Look, look, Daryl, there's a little coho for you. Looks like you got a fairly decent-sized halibut on there.
I think so, Matt. What did I get out here last year? 47 out here?
Yeah, and again, we were trolling for salmon.
I love the mixed bag. So, okay, so you're getting coho, you're getting springs, and you're getting hallies.
Yeah, all in the same spot, on the same gear.
And you got to remember, we're only 5 miles from the lodge.
Yeah.
Eh? Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's nice to be close to everything here. Yeah, I got to release this coho.
Okay, let him go.
That looks like it.
Could be a decent
yeah,
halibut.
that's going to be one of those perfect ones.
I was going to say, he's not 15 pounds.
Yeah, with the halibut limits now, our old limits were 2 a day, 3 possession. So that's why we try and key on...
You're selectively choosing your fish.
Yeah, because if you're only allowed to take home 2, you might as well take home 2 real nice ones. That's a nice little halibut. Okay, Daryl, I'm just going to have to slide in front of you.
Where do you want me?
And I got to gaff them. Are we going to keep this one?
We going to get a bigger one?
Well, we might. It's fishing. It's a nice size one.
Okay, let's keep him for now.
Yeah, it's a good eater.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, here he comes.
You got him, Matt?
Yeah, whoa, it's a little bit bigger than...
Hey?
See, that's a nice halibut. Okay, well, watch, he's gonna go nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the gaff. How's that?
Yeah, I won't poke you.
You know, one rule I've got whenever I'm out halibut fishing with no matter who, I keep out of the captain's way when he's starting to throw that gaff around.
Yeah, see, look at this. That's a nice halibut.
You know, a lot of people don't understand this too, right? That fish, that's the bottom side of that fish.
Yeah.
So he's camouflaged when they're looking up, and when you look down, he blends right in with the bottom.
Yeah, they're incredible predators. You see the teeth on them
Yeah.
there, Daryl? They also have teeth in the back of their throats. When they grab things, they can just roll them and roll things right down into their stomach. And I'll show you the other side. On this side, you see the spots on them?
Yeah.
Different spots. You have different spots on the halibut. This is gravel bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a nice halibut, nice and thick through here.
Yeah.
That'll be a really
Nice-
good eating fish.
nice fish and chips?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put him away before he goes crazy.
Okay.
And now for Daryl Cronzy's Campfire Comment, brought to you by Daiwa, committed to total quality.
Mr. Snyder, I told you, come to me. We're going to go fishing on Lake Huron. I told you the rainbow and the steelhead are back on the Saugeen River. We got a lot of fish out off that river mouth.
Yeah, it was good today. It was great.
Yeah. What else?
Well, the other thing is, I keep reading about the Atlantic salmon in Lake
heartburn.
Ontario.
I had a heart attack last year. Don't give me one now.
And I mean, is that a good program or what?
Okay, you know what I think of the Lake Ontario Atlantic Salmon Program? Now, before we go any farther, let me tell you something. There's one place in the Great Lakes right now that the Atlantics are doing fairly well, but not great. It's in the St. Mary's River. It's run by the American University over there, right? They take the eggs from the St. Mary's River, they fertilize the eggs on the St. Mary's River, they hatch the eggs on the St. Mary's River, they raise the fish on the St. Mary's River for 22 months, and they release the fish on the St. Mary's River all in one spot. So the fish are super imprinted, right? And they got a decent strain. A couple of years back, some biologists retired, and a bunch of people, the Federation and the tackle industry said, we're gonna get new Atlantic salmon, what do you think? And I said, don't even start, because this is not the St. Mary's River, okay? Yeah. St. Mary's River's got a decent strain, but it's all about raising them, imprinting them in the right spot. You can't do that in Ontario, you've got to go to a hatchery. Yeah. Now, the other day, the Federation of Anglers and Hunters in Ontario announced that they had stocked 1.9 million Atlantic so far in the last 5 years. They had 47 fish come back to the fishway at the Credit River last year, right? So at that time, they had stocked 1.3 million. They got 47 fish back. Randy Scott is the best charter boater on Lake Ontario, as far as I'm concerned. He never caught an Atlantic last year. He probably caught 10,000 Chinook salmon and steelhead, no Atlantics. Wayne Andrews, another great charter boater, he never caught one. They got 47 at the fishway. You know, the credit, and that's letting guys fish in a sanctuary. Yeah. You know, they got these special guys that fish in. They got 47 or 49. It's not going to work. Listen, you've got thiamine deficiency. You haven't got the right species. It's not going to work. And I hear some guys saying, well, we're going to bring in restigouche. And I checked with the ministry last week before we sat down at the campfire. I said, what about restigouche? Now, they'll grow to 40 pounds sometimes. They're still going to get thiamine deficiency. But I said, what about restigouche? Because some of these smart asses that run this program, oh, we got restigouche in the hatchery. They don't have any restigouche. You know why they don't have any restigouche, these big fish? Because the natives on the East Coast do not want to let them have the restigouche. And you want to know something? The natives are really smart. I would not waste your restigouche salmon, your Atlantics, to put in Lake Ontario because they've got thiamine deficiency. We're not putting them in the right rivers. And the salmon, the Atlantics, watch yourself, guys, because they're going to hurt your Chinook fishery, because they'll slowly phase out that Chinook fishery to push their Atlantics.
Going Fishing returns with more from the waters of Kyuquot.
I love the Islanders, buddy. We're down 100 feet, eh?
That one was down at 148 feet.
148 feet down.
Yeah, on an anchovy.
Oh, you had to say that. We didn't have my strong fly out.
No, I got you this time. I got one on my side finally.
I'll tell you, they're strong critters.
Yeah. I use those strong flies all the time, Daryl.
The problem is when they're down this deep, you got a long ways to play with them. Strong fish, man.
Yeah.
You know that?
I gotta get this line cleared here.
Okay. What's the deepest you fish for these fish sometimes, man?
Around here, you know, about the deepest will be about 200 feet. I don't like going much deeper than that.
Yeah, and you aren't doing all the winding. You're doing the watching.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be 160, 170 feet, but in order to keep your gear on bottom, like when you first let it down, it'll hit around 170.
There's your flasher, yeah.
And then the line will ride back a little bit. And then you got to let it down. Sometimes you'll have 220 feet of line out and 160 feet of water.
There's the flasher, so we know the fish is right behind you.
You know, when you're up Daryl last year, it was the same time of year.
Yeah, it is here.
You know, then we got that 40. But quite often, see, there's so many different schools of fish here.
Yeah.
Some days they're this size.
Ooh.
This is a nice fish.
I'm gonna let him go, Matt.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him go.
Let's
Now,
see.
we don't know whether he's a Columbia River fish, whether he's a Fraser fish, or he's one of your local fish.
No, he's probably not one of our local fish at this time of year being offshore, but he's probably a Columbia River fish.
Well, I'm gonna let him go. He can swim right up the Hood River, and I'll be meeting him in Oregon next fall. You know, I'm with Dr. Alex Morton, I guess I can say now. Now listen, this woman lives in, well, I'm gonna say just off of northern Vancouver Island, right? She's very smart, and she's come up with some real concerns, and your predictions are starting to pay off. It's got something to do with sea lice and fish farms?
The problem is that they're feedlots, and so they break the natural laws that keep disease down. So a natural pathogen gets in, because the fish are all crowded together, nobody's going anywhere, the population of the pathogen explodes, whether it's sea lice, viruses, or bacteria. And then because it's in net pens, it pours out into the ocean at levels our wild fish are just not able to survive.
Okay, Alex, so the pathogens are sea lice, right? And what you're saying is the farms are out there, all the effluent from the farm is getting into the water, and it's multiplied the sea lice population to mind-boggling extents?
Yeah, absolutely. Salmon farmers are the only farmers that never shovel manure. So all the waste is going into the ocean. And it's not just sea lice, it's the viral outbreaks, I think, that are even a larger concern. But I simply don't have the funding to study viruses. So I study sea lice, the dynamic is the same. A few lice get in, their population explodes because those fish aren't moving anywhere. You know, salmon are nomads, they're built to move. And by holding them stationary, you break the basic biological laws that make that fish thrive.
Can we get this straight? How can we fix it?
It's really easy. Put them on land in tanks. There's Canadian industry that wants to do this, wants to build, and that way you keep the jobs and use everything we know to bring these wild salmon back. And then the whole province of British Columbia thrives as a result of this.
Now, I hate to tell you this. 7 years ago, I sat with one of your friends at Fisheries and Oceans, right? And I said, why Atlantic salmon to start with, okay? You don't bring Atlantics and put them in the Pacific Ocean. But I said, why are the pens out there when you can put them up on shore? And he said, oh, they're not gonna get out. I said, they're not gonna get out. Okay, so the seals, the sea lions, even the waves and that, they get out. Sooner or later, they escape, right?
Commercial fishermen bring me Atlantic salmon all the time. They're definitely getting out, and they're feeding. They have herring in them, they have salmon, they have shrimp. They also have pieces of wood and stuff in them, but they're getting out for sure.
All I can say is I've been following this young lady's studies for 7 or 8 years. She's bang on. Now, Miss Shane or Mr. Harper, dummy up, because honest to God, you could very well wipe out the entire Pacific salmon fishery. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
They don't, but that's where they're heading.
Catch the website, it's probably gonna be rolling underneath us right now, and follow her, I'm gonna say your trials, right? There haven't been a lot of rewards so far.
The reward is gonna be when the wild salmon come back. That's the only thing I'm interested in, so I'm still waiting for that.
No pens in the Pacific Ocean, please.
And now for the Walker Deeper Diver Tip of the Week, taking your lures down and away. So let's be honest, the fishing for West Coast salmon is generally a presentation of flashers and meat. The meat being anchovies and herring. But never pass up the chance to tie on a spoon or sparkling tinsel fly when the bite goes cold. Even if those flashers and flies are manufactured back in the land of freshwater salmon fishing.
Matt, I'm gonna tell you, this fishing is phenomenal.
He's coming up that one.
You tell me about it. Wow!
Yeah, that one's
Isn't
good.
that something, eh? When they go, you let them go. Ooh, baby. Give me an islander and a big spring, and I'm happy.
And a day like this, holy smokes, Daryl. Is it
Sunny
ever
skies.
beautiful?
1 minute he's coming, Matt.
Yeah.
The next minute he's going. Big fish. We're gonna cross over here?
I hope not. We'll see. We'll be able to deal with it.
He's going across you, Matt. Big fish, Matt.
Oh, wow, something just took this one on the way
You got
up.
one down under there?
Yeah, something
Here,
just
I'll
took,
get around
took it
you.
on the way up.
Holy golly, man.
Yeah. Keeping busy.
Now that's something. You pop it, bring it up, and you get one.
Yeah, if this one took it at 40 feet. Well, that's a quality problem. I can deal with this one. Whoa, he's coming right up at me. It's kind of fun playing these fish.
Mine's just dogging it under the boat. Oh, man. How you making out, Matt?
I'm doing all right. Okay, here comes your flasher's gonna pop up.
Oh.
There he goes.
Whoa! Oh! He's going in the box, Matt, if I can get him in the boat.
Look at this one right here.
You got one here, too?
Yeah, look.
What do you mean, look at this one? Get him in and get the net. Look at this fish, Matt.
Oh, that is beautiful,
You know,
Daryl.
still silver, look at it.
Yeah, looks like a...
I don't like that flasher, but I guess I'm stuck with it,
Yeah,
right?
well, some days.
Well, hold it. Now, the
That's it.
spin doctor took one the same time.
Yeah,
You got him?
yeah. It's a nice big hatchery fish.
Yeah,
It's
nice
a beauty,
fish.
yeah.
Okay, how many hatchery fish percentage-wise against wild?
This year I've been seeing at least 60% have been fin clipped.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got 60% of your fish are hatchery
Yeah.
fish, but you only adipose them, nothing else.
Yeah, but look at the colors. Do you want me to lift them in?
Nice bright. Yeah, we'll lift him in.
Or just hand me the gaff, I'll
Well-
whack 'em. And remember, we got one out the other side right
Okay,
now,
I'm
too.
gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Now listen, right now on the other side of the boat we got Matt's rod, right? With a spin doctor on it.
Yeah.
With a strong fly.
Yeah.
With a Chinook attached to it. How about we bring this in?
We should do There.
You got him there? Buddy, I gotta say something. Now listen, we've only been out 3 hours.
Yeah.
We've released a lot of salmon. We've released a lot of halibut. You just saw the double, or at least I hope you see the double. And this is average or a little lower than average?
Oh, this is what our guests take home.
Okay, this is only, you've got to
Yeah.
understand this is only the 4th of July. This
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Oh, it's been like this since the end of May.
Okay, when does your season start?
Beginning 1st of June,
1st of June?
Yeah.
When you going till?
first week of September.
You know, you've got to understand this. Please, please, please understand you want world-class fishing. I mean, what's the name of this little operation of yours
It's
again?
fishing Kyuquot.
Fishing Kyuquot.
Yeah.
And I think the website is www.fishingkyuquot.com. Am I
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
I mean, honest to God, you get to drive up Vancouver Island. You can stay at Painter's the night before, right? You can drive here. It's a 3-hour drive through paradise. And then when you get here, you're in a fisherman's paradise. And you're with my good friend, Matt. I got 3 more
Thanks,
days
Daryl.
of this.
I know.
I got the nitro in my pocket. Let's go fishing.
Okay, Daryl.
Going Fishing returns in a moment.
You know, and the camera guy says, smile and be happy. I'm worn out. I'm beat. We've had some fantastic fishing here at Kyuquot. Matt Gigay, my buddy. How long's the mooching rod?
It's 10.5 foot downrigger rod.
Okay, it's a downrigger rod that you call it a downrigger rod
Yeah.
here. The MR2, you love it?
Yeah, they're great reels.
You know, and I'm trying to stress this over and over, and this is more important for the guys trolling the Great Lakes, trolling the Pacific, you know, trolling big water.
Yeah.
Get away from the level lines, you know, where they're 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. This is the way to fish. You want to have a lot of fun, put a lot more fun in the sport. Get an Islander. They make
Yeah.
a great fly reel too, eh?
Yeah, everything everything Islander makes is great.
They make a center pin too for
Yeah,
steelhead
center
fishing.
pins, fly reels, downrigger reels, salmon reels. You know, these reels are very durable. They're super smooth drag. They hold a ton of line.
Well, you know what's
Once
real,
you start using them, you won't use anything else.
and that's true.
That's
you know
what ruined me.
You know what's really important, honest to God? They're made in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to promote Canadian companies or North American companies. We keep sending everything to the Orient. All we do is lose jobs and nobody can buy fishing tackle or nobody can afford to go fishing. Buy Canadian. Buy an Islander. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, I got a Yankee bait.
Yeah.
My spin
You
doctor.
don't like my Canadian flasher?
I'll put my Yankee spin doctor against anything you got to put behind your boat. But no, they're great. They really are. They're a rotator, right?
Yeah.
You've got 2 different ways you can set it, so either a short roll or a wide roll, okay?
Yeah.
Our Strong Fly, same company, made by Dreamweaver,
Yeah.
you know?
Those work well.
Hey,
Yeah.
how many fish did you catch on that one last year?
Oh.
On one bait?
40 or 50.
Yeah, 40
Yeah.
or 50.
Yeah, and they work. I've been using them this year too.
You know, it's Myler.
Yeah. Something I got a box full of them and I use them. Yeah,
And the- and
different colors work well. Purple works well.
The funny part
Yeah.
that surprised me, we're putting this down deep and we're catching halibut on the troll with them too.
Yeah. Well, the halibut are in feeding on the same stuff the salmon eat.
Listen,
Yeah.
I got to thank you. If I don't get a chance to say this at the end of the show, I've got to thank you. Honest to God out there, listen up. British Columbia has the finest sport fishing anywhere in the world, right? You got the scenery, you've got the calm water.
Yeah.
Today we got the calm water, right?
Yeah.
But the fishing is fabulous. There's problems with the fishery everywhere, but out of Kyuquot, it's called the Salmon Highway. And the fish swimming by here could be Columbia River, they could be Fraser River,
Yeah.
they could be, your latest hatchery down the road.
Yeah.
But the fishing is absolutely
Yeah, that's what makes it so good here. Is we got all the different schools of fish coming by. And it starts here in the middle of May. We start taking a guess in June,
Yep.
beginning in June, and it goes right through to September.
Now, what are you doing? I gave you enough of a push. I'm just going to finish it off
Yeah.
with this.
Okay.
What is the website?
It's fishingkyuquot.com.
Oh, no, www.fishingkyuquot.com.
Yeah.
Listen, for the best fishing in the world, get out with Matt. We'll see you next week.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Cronzy has been brought to you in part by Yamaha Outboards, reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors.
Going fishing, baby, smiling my way, gonna have a great day. No competition. Going fishing, going fishing. We'll be gone, but not for too long. Going fishing. We'll be